Everyone, my name is Bonele Landema, the host for today's talk show, and we're very happy to have you here. Our main topic of discussion today is effective leadership. I am very delighted to introduce today's panelists, which are Musa, Tepiso, Nala, Latita, Uzoma, Bawo, Naleli, Sibate, Milita, Setulo, Angel, and Mia. I will now give it over to Musa and Nala to introduce our project.
Ladies and gentlemen, parents and esteemed guests, welcome to our Grade 8 exhibition project on elections, politics, and democracy in our country. Today, we embark on a journey through the corridors of power, exploring the rich of our nation's political landscape, both past and present. Throughout our project, we will delve into the fundamental principles of democracy, examining how elections serve as the cornerstone of our political system, allowing the voices of the people to be heard and shaping the course of our nation's history. But what truly sets our exploration apart is our focus on the leaders who have steered our country through the winds of change. As a result, our driving question is, what are the key factors contributing to the effectiveness of leadership skills exhibited by both old and new South African political leaders?
Our project was a vibrant blend of disciplines, seamlessly melding together the rich history of social sciences with its illuminating and inspiring exploration of South African political history and the towering figures who shaped it. In the realm of creative arts, our talents flourished as we sculpted intricate statues capturing the essence of the nation's political party leaders, each metaphor a testament to their influence. And within the realm of computing, we orchestrated a captivating talk show delving deep into the diverse array of leadership styles embodied by these remarkable individuals, uniting engaging discussions and fostering greater understanding. So thank you for joining us on this enlightening and enriching experience. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the journey.
Thank you to Nala and Musa for introducing our project. Now back to our driving question, which is, what are the key factors contributing to the effectiveness of leadership skills exhibited by old and new South African political party leaders? We will now give this question to our panelists to answer.
The effectiveness of leadership skills exhibited by politicians in the Republic of South Africa can be influenced by a variety of factors, regardless of whether they are veterans or newcomers to politics. Here are some factors that contribute to the effectiveness of leadership skills.
Vision and strategic thinking. Effective leaders, regardless of their tenure, have a clear vision for the future of their country or constituency. They possess the ability to think strategically and set long-term goals that align with the interests and needs of the people they serve.
Communication skills. Strong communication skills are essential for effective leadership. Politicians must be able to articulate their vision, engage with constituents, negotiate with stakeholders, and navigate complex political environments. Both old and new politicians can excel this aspect through effective public speaking, media engagement, and interpersonal communication.
Integrity and ethics. Trust is a fundamental aspect of leadership. Politicians who demonstrate integrity, honesty, and ethical behavior earn the trust and respect of their constituents. Whether old or new leaders who uphold ethical standards and act in the best interest of the public tend to be more effective in their roles.
Adaptability and resilience. The political landscape is constantly evolving, requiring leaders to adapt to changing circumstances and challenges. Effective politicians demonstrate resilience in the face of adversity and are willing to adjust their strategies to achieve their goals. Both experienced politicians and newcomers can exhibit adaptability and resilience in their leadership approach.
Collaborative leadership. Successful leadership often involves collaboration and consensus building. Effective politicians work across party lines, engage with diverse stakeholders, and foster cooperation to address complex issues. Whether old or new, leaders who prioritize collaboration and inclusivity tend to achieve greater success in advancing their agendas.
Problem-solving skills. Politicians must be adept at identifying problems, analyzing data, and developing innovative solutions to address pressing issues. Effective leaders demonstrate strong problem-solving skills and a willingness to tackle difficult challenges head-on. Both experienced politicians and newcomers can excel in this aspect by leveraging their unique perspectives and expertise.
Empathy and emotional intelligence. Understanding the needs and concerns of constituents require empathy and emotional intelligence. Effective politicians listen actively, demonstrate empathy, and show genuine concern for the well-being of people they represent. Whether old or new leaders who prioritize empathy and emotional intelligence are better able to connect with their constituents and address their needs effectively.
Overall, the effectiveness of leadership skills exhibited by politicians in South Africa depends on a combination of factors including vision, communication, integrity, adaptability, collaboration, problem solving, and empathy, and emotional intelligence. Both old and new politicians can excel in these areas and make significant contributions to the country's development and progress.
Thank you to our panelists. As we have now discussed the driving question, we hope that you all now have an understanding of our project. We will now move on to the different leadership styles that different leaders possess in Southern Africa. Let us start with Oliver Tambo. What measures did the political leader O.R. Tambo take to ensure ethical leadership?
Thank you for the question. O.R. Tambo wasn't just any regular former president of ANC. Yes, most of them went to school, got straight A's, did their law degree and everything to be a president. But O.R. Tambo actually started different. He actually got into music and he was a straight A student. Music ended up being a long-term hobby for him. One thing about O.R. Tambo was that he had zero tolerance for corruption. He firmly opposed corruption and unethical behavior within the ANC, commitment and oversight. He supported the establishment of internal checks and balances to hold leaders accountable of their actions, commit to moral integrity. He stressed the importance of integrity, moral integrity, and ethical conduct at all times. In all these measures, he sought to build a culture of social justice and liberation for all South Africans all over the world.
Thank you, Sibake. We will now move on to the second question, which is, how do you think Cyril Ramaphosa can deal with the population's diverse needs?
So what I think from my research is that Cyril Ramaphosa has had many issues. One of the ways he would reason them out is by having national conferences where he would gather other people's ideas. But also, while he's gathering other people's ideas, they're recorded, then later on spread on news and social media platforms. I hope that answered you.
Thank you, Tepiso. So, from your observation of Thabo Mbeki, what effective leadership skills do you think he portrays?
Well, Bonnie, thank you for the question. From what I know, I think that Thabo Mbeki showcases a list of leadership skills, such as strategic thinking, leadership, and communication skills. Thabo Mbeki, the former president of South Africa, is known for his eloquence and diplomatic communication style. He portrays effective communication skills through clarity, persuasiveness, and has the ability to necessarily engage diverse audiences. Mbeki's speeches often demonstrated a deep understanding of complex issues and conveyed a sense of authority and confidence. His emphasis on dialogue and negotiation contributed to his reputation as a skilled communicator in both domestic and international relations. Thank you for the question.
Now on to Julius Selo Malema, who is a South African politician who is also the founder and the leader of the Economic Freedom Fighters, also known as the EFF. What strategies does he use to promote collaboration and consensus amongst his leadership?
Thank you, Ms. Bonnie, for your question. Julius Selo Malema used inclusive decision-making process. Julius Selo Malema emphasized inclusivity in the decision-making process. He encouraged open discussions where all members had an opportunity to voice out their opinions and contribute to the decision-making process, building trust and respect. Julius Malema focuses on building trust and respect in his leadership team. He values trust and transparency in communication, which helps to foster a culture of trust within the team.
Now over to Charlotte Matlake, who started the first formal women's organization, also known as the Bantu Women's League, which was created to resist the past laws which later became the ANC Women's League. So how does Charlotte Matlake navigate the complex socio-political landscape to foster inclusive governance?
Firstly, I would like to thank you, Ms. Ngema, for that question. And Charlotte Matlake was a prominent South African activist, educator, and politician. She navigated social political issues in her country by forming organizations such as the Bantu Women's League, which you have just mentioned. But the Bantu Women's League was abbreviated as the BWL. The BWL's main purpose was for women empowerment. Charlotte Matlake was able to bring women from different places and different races to fight against discriminatory decisions and gender inequality at that time. So I hope that answers your question for the audience and for you, Mrs. Ngema.
Thank you, Kitawo. Now moving on to a woman who is famously known as the mother of the nation, Winnie Madikizela Mandela. What would you say were her strongest leadership skills and why?
Winnie Madikizela Mandela possessed several leadership skills, including resilience, charisma, communication skills, and the ability to mobilize and inspire people. She was known for her unwavering commitment to the anti-apartheid movement in South Africa and her ability to connect with and rally supporters even in the face of adversity. Her leadership style was often described as bold, passionate, and brave. Winnie Mandela promoted collaboration by ensuring diverse voices were heard and valued, empowering individuals within her community and fostering strong relationships.
In South Africa, we have different leaders who use different leadership skills in their leadership. So how does Steve Biko use communication in his leadership?
Thank you for the question. Steve Biko's leadership style relied heavily on effective communication to mobilize support, challenge apartheid, and empower Black South Africans. Clear personage messaging articulated the injustice of apartheid, advocated for Black consciousness, and inspired a movement for social change. His ability to communicate with clarity and authenticity played a significant role in galvanizing resistance and ultimately contributing to the dismantling of apartheid in South Africa. And I hope that answered your question.
Now on to Nelson Mandela, who served as the president of the African National Congress, also known as the ANC Party, from 1991 to 1997. His government focused on dismantling the legacy of apartheid by fostering racial reconciliation. So what initiatives were put in place to cultivate leadership skills and mentorship in the African National Congress?
For that question. Within the African National Congress, Nelson Mandela implemented various initiatives and platforms to cultivate leadership skills and mentorship. Number 1, ANC Youth League. Mandela recognized the importance of nurturing young leaders within the ANC. Number 2, political education. Mandela emphasized the importance of political education within the ANC, promoting a culture of learning and critical thinking among party members. Number 3, ANC Women's League. Mandela recognized the vital role of women in the struggle for liberation and supported initiatives within the ANC Women's League. Through these initiatives and platforms, Mandela sought to build a cadre of principled and skilled leaders within the ANC.
And last but not least, what effective leadership skills did you learn through your research of Musi Maimane?
Great question. Musi Maimane demonstrates strong communication skills, articulating his vision and ideas clearly and persuasively and inspire to mobilize others. Adaptability. Maimane exhibits adaptability by effectively navigating diverse situations and navigating diverse situations, adjusting his approach and strategies as needed to lead effectively.